I'm Chris Reichert from Monticello, Florida. Currently, I work at the Lego store in downtown Disney, so for the past 2.5 years, it's also been my career. My job at the Lego store is officially titled Brick Specialist. It's a regular retail store, so I do retail things like stock or run register, but on top of that, the play experience is a very important part of the Lego brand, and so we do things like interact with the kids. We have a play area where you have the kids build race cars, and of course, if I'm out there, I build my own race car. There's definitely a fun, creative aspect. The job is as fun as you make it a lot of times. The best thing about working at the Lego store is probably just the unique experience it brings. I get exposed to thousands of people daily who are usually fairly interested in the product, if nothing else, from kids to adults. And so being able to interact with people the enthusiasm of the brand, it's there in both the guests that we have and actually the employees as well. So probably the community aspect of it is my favorite part. It's still a privately family-owned company. It started in 1932 with Ole Kirk Christensen, just making wooden toys until it eventually evolved into wooden blocks, and then those turned into the plastic bricks once they figured out the way to have them interlock specifically, that created what we know as Lego bricks today. So now it's actually the largest toy company in the world, thanks to things like the Lego movie, and Lego Star Wars video games, things like that really increased the brand recognition. About 15 years ago, the company was on the brink of bankruptcy. So it's kind of a very unique story. There's no other company that's anything like the Lego company. As a child, I started collecting fairly early, and I've kind of continued that through adulthood. As a toy, I've always been interested in them because of their imaginative qualities. They're very creative. You can build whatever you have the instructions for in a given set, but you also have the freedom to create whatever your imagination takes you to. I own a lot of Lego sets. Honestly, I couldn't give an exact number right now. Since working at the Lego store, it's exploded exponentially, I would say. So let's just leave it at a lot. The beauty of the Lego brick in general is that it's a medium that the artist can do whatever they want with it. So for me, I tend to get most enjoyment out of just building what's in the set. Following the instructions is a very Zen-like hobby, and that's what some people like a lot. But on the other hand, it can also be used as any sort of artistic medium. There's certain artists who use it no different than any other sort of sculpting medium, where the imagination can just take you anywhere with it. So yeah, I would say it's both artistic and creative, despite the limitations that it could be perceived as having. But there's a lot of people, master builders are what they call the official people that work for the Lego group, but there's tons of people who are just very talented enthusiasts, that do it just for the love of it. As far as my future in Lego goes, I don't know necessarily career-wise, where it'll take me. The Lego Group as a company is one that I have really liked working for, and wouldn't mind working for them in the future, maybe in a more creative aspect. But if nothing else, I can't see myself ever getting out of this hobby.